Hey guys, welcome back to another Toddy Walnuts collection video. And tonight we're going to go through some more multi-packs. This time I brought out some of the bigger packs. Some of you guys seem to enjoy the last video. Some of you guys are collectors of these same type of sets. So I just wanted to do another video. I actually have a couple more videos planned for this series, probably 2 more after this. And then probably Saturday night I will do another update video for new pickups in my collection. So in this video here I'm going to show some of the bigger packs. I got a couple of special items here, and then some pretty cool box sets with multi movies and some of the bigger box sets here. So get yourselves relaxed, get a beverage and a snack, and get comfortable like the girls are, and let's check out these movies. So in the last video, the one I uploaded yesterday or last night, some of you had mentioned in the comments section that you remember the 50 packs. And I remember those too, and there were some that I didn't get that I wish I had. And I'm sure I can probably find those on eBay or maybe in thrift shops. But I do have a couple here on hand that I'm going to show. And the first one here is called Tomb of Terrors. These were put out by a company called Pendulum Pictures. Pretty nice, spooky artwork there in the cover. It says, for mature audiences, parental guidance advised. "50 movies on 12 DVDs. These were put out by Mill Creek. That's what the Mill Creek logo looks like, in conjunction with Pendulum Pictures. And this was put out in 2007 already. I repurposed one of this bag that this movie is in, or this pack, was the outer packaging for the slip bags. So I actually used the bag that was holding the protective sleeves. It may not look the greatest, but it works. And in this set you get, you can see quite a few of these movies. I'm not going to name them all, but some that stood out to me is Barely Legal Lesbian Vampires, Demon Sex. I'm not even sure what kind of set this is. Gorno Granny. If any of you have seen any of these, let me know. Kill Them and Eat Them. Nightmare Museum. None of these are really ringing a bell for me. Sorority Babes in the Dance-a-thon of Death. Redneck Country Fever. Revenge of La Llorona. Look at that one right there. Yeah, this one is a little bit kind of risque, I think. It's really not what I expected from the titles. But that is the first one, the 50 movies Tomb of Terrors. So the next one here is not in a bag. So I'll actually open this one up and kind of show you how the discs are housed on the inside. But this one is called Decrepit, Crypt of Nightmares. "50 movie collection on 12 DVDs. We'll kind of go through the titles again. Not going to go through every single one, but you can read along. A Candle in the Dark. There's really no title. It's Hellbound Book of the Dead. I'm not sure if that's part of the Hellraiser franchise. Terror Tunes. Scarlet Fry's Junk Food Horror Fest. Prehistoric Bimbos in Armageddon City. Here's another, The River Legend of La Llorona. This one also came out in 2007. So let's open it. There's a little kind of a swing door here in the front that's held by Velcro, little Velcro dots here. There's one on top, one on the bottom. And then it just talks a little bit about Pendulum Pictures. Talks about the movies. And then it shows how they're housed on the inside. And they come in individual little cardboard sleeves. And you can see here that disc 1 looks like it has 5 movies. Let's see if they're... It's 5 movies and it's not even a flipper disc, so you can tell that these are going to be pretty compressed. Even though they're very short, I mean really short, that's 35 minutes, 62 minutes, 79 minutes. Yeah, 5. It's probably going to suffer the picture quality, but when you get these low budget multi-packs, you're not really looking for the best quality. You're just looking for movies. You get a bunch of movies for a really cheap price, and they're fun. So I'm not really a quality snob per se. I mean, certain movies I think do not need to be scrubbed up in 4K, but some do. I think Lord of the Rings, stuff like that, are really good on 4K, but if you're getting a slasher movie from the 70s, it doesn't need to be 4K, in my opinion. But so it is Decrepit, Crypt of Nightmares. The next one here is Classic Features, 50 movies. You can see that I got this one at a Kmart for $9.99. It's a Mill Creek release. And these are indeed Legends of Horror. Big names like Alfred Hitchcock, Bela Lugosi, Vincent Price, Boris Karloff, Christopher Lee, Paul Naschy, Lon Chaney Jr., and more. Comes in a nice fat pack. And you get a bunch of black and white classic movies. Alfred Hitchcock Presents, that was his show. So you get a couple episodes of that, and then you get some classic movies from the 40s, 30s. The Ape Man, starring Bela Lugosi. The Devil Bat, also Lugosi. Fury of the Wolf Man from 1972, Paul Naschy. The Ghost, 1963, Barbara Steele. Horror Express, Christopher Lee. There's some really good stuff in here. Jamaica Inn with Charles Lawton. The Lady Vanishes. The Lodger. A lot of Hitchcock stuff in here. The Man Who Knew Too Much. Really, really nice set. For $10, you get all these movies. You can see some of the still frames from some of the movies here. Look at Vincent Price, very young, always well dressed. Let's see, the running time, 64 hours, 17 minutes. This was released by Mill Creek in 2009. The next one is another 50 movie pack called Pure Terror, starring such legends as Lugosi, Paul Naschy, Barbara Steele, John Carradine, John Saxon, and many more. You can see that I bought this at an FYE. It was used. They were selling it for $12.99. I don't remember what I bought it for, but it was less than that because I I'm not anymore, but I was a member, and then you would get a discount. I haven't been to FYE in a while, so I'm pretty sure that my membership expired, but every time I go back, I do renew it. So, because I always usually make quite a bit of purchases, and it pays off right away. So it says it's over 68 hours of classic movies. Bloody Pit of Horror, Crucible of Horror, Curse of Bigfoot, 1978. That's a good one to have. Don't Answer the Phone, 1980, another good one. The Eerie Midnight Horror Show, 1974, that's a good one. There's some good movies on here. House by the Cemetery. The Undertaker and His Pals. Satan's Slave, Night of the Blood Beast. Really, really cool stuff. And even though this one, it was probably about 10 bucks I paid for this, I think that's a good deal for something like this. The next one is a 4-pack, comes in the fat pack. And this one's called Horror Rises from the Grave. And you get 2 flipper discs. The movies in this set are Horror Rises from the Tomb, Zombie Flesh Eater, Zombie Hell House, and Night of the Ghoul. That's what the flippers look like. I got this at a Goodwill. There's the synopsis of the 4 movies. Horror Rises from the Grave, it says not rated, violence and nudity. Zombie Flesh Eaters, not rated, violence and adult situations. Zombie Hell House, not rated. And Night of the Ghoul, not rated. It doesn't have any of the years that these were made. But this came out in 2002 from a company called Brentwood Home Video. I'm sure some of you remember that company. Here's another one I got at a Goodwill, and this has really bizarre packaging. I'll show you that in a minute, but this is 10 movies. You get Kill Baby Kill, Devil's Nightmare, God Told Me To, Good Against Evil, Pieces, Kiss Me, Kill Me, Satan's School for Girls, The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave, Kathy's Curse, and The Ghost. It comes in an ultra fat pack, and it's really weird. It has 5 discs, and they're all flippers, but look at how they have this thing. I don't remember ever seeing anything like this. It's a little different. I like it. The discs are pristine. They're like mirrors, and for a Goodwill, that's pretty good. I got this set for $2.99. This was back probably, I think I got this about 10 years ago, approximately, give or take. It was like 12, anywhere from 8 to 12 years ago. I'm gonna guess 10. And that's back when prices were pretty fair. If you go into Goodwill now, they're selling some of this stuff for almost retail price. And it's pretty crazy. I don't do a lot of business at Goodwills anymore. I love to thrift shop. I just don't really go into Goodwills as much. I still do sometimes, but there's so many other thrift shops you get better deals at. But this is a really cool set. It's called Fright Night. Here's a set from Mill Creek. This one has some pretty good movies in it. It's a 10-pack. You get 3 digitally remastered DVDs. This one's called Gore and More. And you get Bad Taste, The Bloody Brood, Drive-In Massacre, Driller Killer, Night Train to Terror, and more. This was put up by Mill Creek, if I didn't already say that. This one's actually probably one of the better ones that I have. Some pretty good titles here. I don't remember what I paid for this, but it was probably 10 bucks or less, I would say. And here's another one. This is a 25 movie pack over 31 hours. This one's called Horror Cinema. You get 6 DVDs. And I bought this at a Kmart for $7.50. You can see Jack Nicholson on the cover there. The Terror, the Devil Bat Horror Hotel, House on Haunted Hill. So you're getting a lot of the early public domain type movies. A lot of the movies from the 40s through the 60s, even into the 70s here. Moon of the Wolf. Snow Beast is a good one from 1977. It's a Yeti movie, obviously. Night Train to Terror, starring John Philip Law, Cameron Mitchell. That one's pretty good. Attack of the Giant Leeches from 1958. Black and white creature feature. Those are fun. Bride of the Gorilla. Another black and white movie. Mutant. Wings Hauser. We just lost Wings Hauser last week. He passed away. He was a really fun genre actor. I really liked Wings Hauser. I was going to do a video showing you guys talking about my Wings Hauser movies, but I'm going to get a couple more movies before I do that. But Wings Hauser was great. He's going to be missed. The Satanic Rites of Dracula, Christopher Lee classic, Peter Cushing. House on Haunted Hill, it's the original one with Vincent Price from 1958. Don't Look in the Basement, that's always a good one. That's a, like a, what do you call it? I don't know if it's politically correct to call it mental hospitals anymore, I'm not sure. But that's one of those kind of insane asylum, mental hospital type movies. Don't Look in the Basement. That's a creepy ass movie. I enjoy that movie. That's one of the few movies that kind of creeps me out. This is a nice little set for $7.50. Here's another set that I've had for probably 15 years. This is really good, maybe more than that even. This is called Drive-In Cult Classics 32 movie collection. Some of the legends in this set are Donald Pleasance, Robert Carradine, Robert Reed, who was Mike Brady on the Brady Bunch, Jane Mansfield, and many more. Another Milk Creek pack. Milk Creek did some pretty good stuff. I don't think they get enough credit. Let's see some of the movies here. I know Best Friends has a Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome. I think a lot of these do, and I'm not going to go through and name all of them. Here's The Hearse with Trish Van Devere. That's a good movie. Weekend with the Babysitter, Trip with Teacher. A lot of these do have Blu-rays. But this is not necessarily all horror. It's a good mixture of drive-in style B movies. And these kind of movies are right up my alley. So I was really glad to pick this set up. They come in these little paper sleeves and they're flipper discs. I'm sure you've seen this packaging before. I'm not the biggest fan of this, but I would rather have it this way than stacking them without the paper in between. So I'm not complaining. Actually, they fit in there pretty nice. And if you take care of your stuff, these will last for a long time. But if you jam them in there or just leave them laying around, it doesn't take long for paper to get destroyed. So as long as you take care of your stuff, it'll stay in good shape. The next one is a 12 movie collection called Bloodbath. Comes in a fat pack. It says featuring Scream Queen Fiona Horsey and Master of Horror Tom Savini. Another Milk Creek box. This one, let me see. This was released in 2010 by Milk Creek. And you can see here the titles you get. I'm not going to read them all, but you can see them. You can read along here. These are later movies or more modern. There's a couple here from 2006, 1993, 2004. Probably the majority, or maybe all of them, were direct to video, I'm sure. But that is a Bloodbath from 2010. Here's another really good one. I like this one a lot. This is probably one of my favorite multi-packs. This is called Gorehouse Greats Collection. Features 12 movies. Many of these were released by Vinegar Syndrome. I think when this came out, I paid probably 10 or 12 bucks for it, and it's worth it. But I found it later at a Kmart for 5 bucks. I grabbed it. I knew I had it already, but for 5, I couldn't leave it sitting there. This one's still sealed. But this is a really, really good set here. We'll go through the movies really quick. This came out in 2009. I probably paid $15 for this. You can see the great movies here, though. These are really good movies. It's got the same style of packaging here with the flipper discs and the paper sleeves. Gorehouse Greats. I have a couple of these tin collectibles. They're I bought these at a Best Buy years ago for $4.99. And there's 2 DVDs. You get 7 movies in this one called Heroes of Horror, starring Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff, Jack Nicholson, and more. I'll open one of these up and show you. It has kind of like a little bubble hub in the middle on the inside, and 2 discs are stacked on top of each other. We get some of the classics here: White Zombie, Island Monster, Invisible Ghost, running time of 8 hours 31 minutes, and it was put out by a company called Pop Flicks. It's a pretty nice little set. They're not exactly steelbooks, and they're actually very thin. I don't know if it's, I mean, these are shit. I have a couple of these tin collectibles. They're I bought these at a Best Buy years ago for $4.99. And there's 2 DVDs. You get 7 movies in this one called Heroes of Horror, starring Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff, Jack Nicholson, and more. I'll open one of these up and show you. It has kind of like a little bubble hub in the middle on the inside, and 2 discs are stacked on top of each other. We get some of the classics here: White Zombie, Island Monster, Invisible Ghost, running time of 8 hours 31 minutes, and it was put out by a company called Pop Flicks. It's a pretty nice little set. They're not exactly steelbooks, and they're actually very thin. I don't know. So the next one is called The Walking Dead: Vampires and Zombies. This one you get 6 movies, starring Vincent Price, Dwayne Jones from the Night of the Living Dead, Anita Ekberg, and more. And get Fangs of the Living Dead, Zombie Hell House, Grave of the Vampire. This is a really nice set. Again, it's a pop flicks. I'm gonna take this one out of the bag. And what I was saying earlier, I got cut off there, but it's very, very soft. Like these could probably get damaged pretty easy if you're not paying attention or taking good care of it. I'm gonna pause it here. I'll take the bag off and we'll look inside. You can probably get a better idea of the quality here on this side, but it's, I mean, it's very, very, very thin. I mean, you probably, if you drop one thing on here, it's toast. So you have to be really careful. But see, there's kind of like a bubble hub in the middle, and it's just 2 stacked discs. And there's nothing at all behind these. I think it's kind of a neat idea. And I mean, for the quality you get, the price is right. $5 for these is pretty nice. I don't know how many others they made. I don't know if there were more there that day. I think if there were, I probably would have grabbed them. These must have been the only 2 that I found. But these were, what year did these come out? 2012. So that was my little 2 DVD sets from Best Buy. I don't think these are really in a collection. There's really no collection name for them, but they're pretty cool. I'm glad to have these. The next one is another pretty big box set that comes in this tin. It's called Frightfest, Nightmare in a Box. And it also contains a bonus CD sampler with Sounds of Horror. I got this at a Goodwill for $4.99 years ago. This thing's in really good condition. It's a 5 DVD set. You can hear that they're kind of rolling around on the inside. Maybe I'll open this up. I've never opened it before. I'll do that today, I think. You get 10 classic horror films. Again, these are the movies that were public domain for many, many years. Nothing wrong with that, though. I'm just saying that that's the movies you get in here. This set came out in 2005. You have some bonus features here, but not very much. That's what it looks like on the inside, but I'm gonna peel the plastic off. It already looks like it's somewhat coming off now, so let me pause it. I'll take the plastic off and we'll take a look inside. Okay, so this is a pretty cool set. I feel like it's well worth the $5 I paid for it. I was able to save that little hype sticker for the bonus CD. I didn't really know where else to put it. I didn't want to put it on the cover. But it's a pretty nice little tin. It's in really, really good shape. And you get the CD sampler here. It says spine-chilling, hair-raising, heart-pounding sound effects. Warning, this compact disc will scare you to death. Listen at your own risk. Comes in this little paper sleeve. Pretty nice. I like it when companies, even if it's a, you know, kind of a cheap set like this, I like it when they include like a bonus CD. And then you get this nice digipack. And the 5 discs are housed inside there. Get a closer look here at the discs. They're all the same, so. And the background art almost looks like something from the Blair Witch universe. And then back here talks a little bit about the movies and the discs. You got Nosferatu, The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. These are all excellent movies. The Terror, one of Jack Nicholson's earliest. Last Man on Earth, Vincent Price, widescreen, Night of the Living Dead. All of these are public domain. That doesn't mean they're bad movies. Just that marketing was way different back then. So that was the Frightfest box set. $5, I think that's a pretty good deal. Okay, now these next 2 sets, they mean a lot to me. These were gifted to me by a friend who has passed away. He was a friend and a fellow YouTuber. His name was Thomas Pissinger, and he had a YouTube channel. He had gifted me things over the years, and these were just 2 of them. There were other things that he gifted me as well. He was a good friend, and I miss him a lot. He was from Arizona, and the night that he passed away, he was trying to call me, and I was sleeping, and I didn't get his call. And the very last video that he uploaded on YouTube was the night that he passed away. So he does have a channel. He didn't have very many videos because he was still kind of new to YouTube, but I think he was going to be a great member to YouTube, and I miss him every day. He was a great guy, but he gifted these to me. I'm going to share these with you guys and show you what he sent to me. This one is called Classic Horror Collection. It comes in this kind of an unusual type of a box, but I really like it. It's great. You get Adam Age Vampire Beast from Haunted Cave, Carnival of Souls, and Night of the Living Dead. It's in a hard box. I think it's wood. And the movies are housed on the inside like this. It comes with a little piece of foam that holds them together. I think this is great. This is really, really cool. I'll leave a link to his channel if you guys are interested in going over it and check out his stuff. Every once in a while I go watch his videos just to kind of remember him a little bit. This was kind of like a little slip limited edition wooden box. He was just an all-around great guy. And then he sent this to me as well. This was a special DVD edition from oldies.com. I really love that company, by the way. These are drive-in horror classics. The Head, I Eat Your Skin, The Manster, Screaming Skull. It comes in this really nice kind of a, like a leatherette. I don't think it's real leather, although it does feel like it is. I think it's kind of a fake leather that's wrapped around this kind of a wooden box, I think, again. And you can see the Manster there in the front. It's a really nice box set. Alpha Video, oldies.com. And then on the inside, you get these slim packs for the movies. So I'm forever grateful to have these in my collection, and they'll always mean something to me. I'll show you guys another thing that he gifted to me years ago. It has nothing to do with these box sets, but I'm going to show you something really quick. So this is a 3D poster. I'm sure you guys have seen these before. It's about probably 10 by 12, maybe 10 across, 12 deep, maybe more than that, maybe 11 by 17. I don't know, but we both shared the same love for Friday the 13th, and he bought this for himself. And just to tell you what kind of a nice guy he was, when he showed it in a video one time, I commented, I said, dude, that is awesome. That's a really cool piece. Congratulations. Like a week later, this thing showed up at my front door. He sent it to me. That's just what a nice guy he was. This was created by Todd McFarlane, and he had Todd McFarlane sign this. It's signed by Todd McFarlane. So this is a really beautiful piece, and that's just the kind of guy he was. And it's a shame that he's no longer here with us. Okay, I have a couple more kind of odd or oblong type sets here. This one's called the Midnight Horror Theater. This one has 32 movies over 44 hours. And you get all these legends there at the bottom. And I never took this out of the package because I knew this would be kind of rare, because I'm sure a lot of people did take these out and then they throw this stuff away, and then you're losing this piece of almost like a mini poster with all these legends on there. But what it is it's a 2-pack put out by Mill Creek, and these are the Gorehouse Greats again, and then this one is the Never Die, is that what it says? The Undead, the Vampire Collection. It says 20 of the baddest bloodsuckers, so these are all vampire movies. But this is just a beautiful piece right here. That's why I never opened it. I mean, that's just a nice display piece all on its own. I probably paid $10 or less for this. And this came up probably the early 2000s, 2009. And this big boy was 20 bucks at Best Buy, probably in 2007-ish, 2009 maybe. It's another beautiful piece. The Ultimate Collector's Edition, you get 50 movies. This is how they're housed. On the inside you get 4 movie packs totaling 50 movies, and then here is the list of the movies if you want to kind of pause that maybe and read them. You notice that there's a lot of duplicates because a lot of these were public domain movies and a lot of companies were able to release them, but these are really nice editions. I'm glad to have these. Maybe that would be a good thumbnail. Let's see if I can figure that out somehow. In this last stack here, I'm going to kind of rifle through. I think these are great. I think the artwork is beautiful on these. They come in kind of these little box sets. And this is called Vampire Collection Volume 2. You get 5 movies on 2 DVDs. I think the artwork is really good. These were put out by a company called Diamond Entertainment in 2005. Next one is called Zombie Collection. You get 5 films and 2 DVDs. There are the films right there. I don't think I have to keep flipping these over. Next one is called Devil Worship Collection. Those are the movies. These were all very cheap. You can probably get these for under 10 for sure. I would say anywhere from 5 to 10 bucks a piece for these. This one's called Killer's Collection. That's a good one. Next one is called Ghost Collection. Walking Dead Collection. Witches and Demons Collection. Oops, got my big fingers in the way. That was my finger, I swear to God. Blood Feast Collection. Creature Collection. And Sci-Fi Collection. So that will do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you're interested in seeing a little bit about my friend Thomas Pissinger, you can check that link. And if you have any questions or comments, you can always leave a comment. And hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, and I'll see you next time.